my Facebook peeps. So it's after work, and I promised that I was going to do this interesting new thing, this video blog where I am working on a work in progress and getting feedback from y'all. And the working title right now on this work in progress is called The Panty Thief, and I believe that I have posted the very raw, unedited beginnings of this story. And at first I thought I was going to just write a short story because somebody had challenged me to do that. And then I decided maybe, well, I mean, I started evolving with these characters, and I wondered if maybe it could be more like a novella or even a book. So we'll see how it goes. For those of you who don't know my style of writing, I am a total pantser, which means I never know what I'm going to write. It just sort of comes out. So I'm kind of going along with this story and developing these characters, and I'm going to ask some questions of the readers out there. You all are going to be my betas to see what you think about how the story is evolving, how the characters are evolving, where you think I should take it, etc. So I'm going to actually read the very first scene that I wrote, and there's part of me that wonders about this, about Joey's character, because she kind of comes off as a real ass at first. So, but I'm wanting to move her into the not jerk characterization. So here we go. Here's the start of The Panty Thief. Sabrina thought about the day she'd met Joey Hartford. She should have known Joey was trouble and would lead her into a life of crime. Joey was stealth. Sabrina had to give her that. Bent over the washing machine in the old apartment building, Sabrina was pulling out her wet clothes. She stuffed them into the gigantic dryer designed to hold two loads. When she turned around, and there Joey was. A duffel bag was carelessly slung over Joey's shoulder, the corner of her mouth lifted up ever so slightly. It wasn't her lopsided smile that reminded Sabrina of a cross between a leer and a smirk. Would someone call it a smear or a lurk? Sabrina was always making up new words. She liked mashing things together. The clincher was Joey's penetrating eye contact and the languorous movement as they took in every inch of Sabrina's body. Sabrina couldn't control the delicious shiver up and down her spine. Joey's smoky gray eyes made Sabrina want to push her up against the dryer she was leaning against. She was a sucker for bedroom eyes. Forget the fuck me pumps, come fuck me pumps, some women had, come fuck me eyes. You're new, she stated. Sabrina was barely able to respond with her one-word question. What? I know every fine ass in the building. I would have recognized yours. Huh? Sabrina was more than a little shocked. She had on her workout sweats. They weren't at all flattering. Her unruly hair kept falling in her face as she blew hard at the strands. Frustrated, she absently grabbed a fistful of hair and pulled the flyaways back into confinement. Wrapping the hair tie 3 times to keep her hair control, she blinked. Joey shrugged. You have a nice ass. I got a good view while you were bent over. That is about the rudest, most misogynist thing I think I've ever heard. I didn't think women could be misogynist pigs, but clearly you've blown that theory out of the water. Well, I subscribe to the honesty is the best policy philosophy on life. Women should be more honest. It was a compliment. When you hit 50 and we're planning to go out for the evening, I'll be honest if you ask me whether your ass looks big in a nice tight skirt. Sabrina crossed her arms over her chest and glared. I don't wear tight skirts, Miss Mizzlerude. I don't wear skirts at all. Mizzlerude? Yeah, a cross between misogynist pig and rude person. Beautiful and clever. Okay, forget the tight dress then. I'll be honest about your ass and a nice, tight pair of jeans. Better? Joey dumped her duffel on the ground and began pulling her dirty clothes out. Sauntering to an empty washing machine, she began to toss the clothes inside. I'm Joey, she called over her shoulder as she glanced at Sabrina. Sabrina, why am I giving this rude woman my name? Because she's hot. Now who's a misogynist pig? Startled from her thoughts, Sabrina watched Joey remove her jeans, t-shirts, and socks, tossing them unceremoniously into the large white machine. Sabrina approved of the small eco-friendly detergent Joey retrieved from her bag. Wide-eyed, Sabrina blinked but continued to stare. Joey had a sports bra and the sexiest pair of boy shorts on that Sabrina had ever seen. Airbrushed models didn't rock the look as much as Joey. Sabrina's mouth went dry. You know what? I missed something here. See? This is why I need this help. I completely lost how Joey pulls off her clothes and starts tossing them inside. So I'm going to need to fix that, aren't I? So she's like, my idea was she wants to keep the washing machine full. She takes off the clothes she's wearing and tosses them into the washing machine. So there you go. I need to fix that. Okay, here we go. Wide-eyed, Sabrina blinked but continued to stare. Joey had a sports bra and the sexiest pair of boy shorts on that Sabrina had ever seen. Airbrushed models didn't rock the look as much as Joey. Sabrina's mouth went dry. Joey did that sneer thing again and raised an eyebrow. Like what you see? Sexy Sabrina. You know, that messy hair thing is definitely working for you. Kind of reminds me of what a person looks like after mind-blowing sex. You can't just strip in the community laundry room. What if somebody else comes down here? So? Geez, you'd think I was naked. Joey filled the coin slots and turned the dial to start the machine. What? I'm wearing covers. What I'm wearing covers more than some of those bimbos on a beach with their butt floss thongs masquerading as bathing suits. I'd like to make the most of my load of laundry and my precious time. I can think of a dozen things I'd rather be doing than laundry, but it's necessary evil if I don't want to offend someone with my rank-smelling clothes. Joey slammed the lid and hopped on top, swinging her legs. The heat rose to Sabrina's face as she asked the next question. Are those? She pointed at Joey's boy shorts. Comfortable? Joey blessed Sabrina with a wide smile, not her lopsided grin that Sabrina thought was a tiny bit arrogant looking. They sure are. I don't like when bikini briefs ride up my ass, although I have to admit that nothing beats commando. I saved that for the weekend. You're really going to sit there in your underwear and wait for your clothes to wash and dry? Uh-huh. Unless you're offering to babysit them for me. I have a hella study session to return to, but I needed a break. Laundry seemed like a good choice. Sex would have been better, but I'm fresh out of new co-eds to exploit. Sabrina pursed her lips and mumbled, pig. Joey held up her hands with her palms facing outward. Kidding. Well, about the co-eds, not about how beneficial sex can be in reducing stress. You just say every little thing that pops in your head, don't you? Refreshing, isn't it? Not the word I would have chosen. What are you studying? Medicine, final year of med school, and it's a real bitch. It's never too early to prepare for the boards, but my real focus right now is the Step 2 medical licensing exam. Soon enough, things will get a whole lot better for me when I start my clinical rotations. I hope you aren't training to be a cancer doc. I don't think your brutal honesty will be appreciated. Contraire. When you're dying, you want the straight-up truth, not a bunch of medical mumbo-jumbo. At least that's what my mom wanted in her final months. She didn't get it from anyone but me. Thank fucking God she did too. I helped her cross off every item on her bucket list. Personally introduced her to one of my friends so she could have the real deal on a lesbian experience. Mom was hot and my friend was thrilled to hook up with her. Sabrina wrinkled her nose. Ew, I can't even imagine my mother having sex, much less sex with one of my friends. Joy shrugged. You get over a lot of the ew in life when faced with the reality of losing a parent at an early age. Petty everyday life shit just doesn't matter anymore. Joey hopped off the machine and turned away. Sabrina thought she saw a small crack in the abrasive veneer. I'm sorry about your mom. Circle of life. Joey turned to face Sabrina and the leftover unshed tears were barely visible. New topic. Do you work or go to school? Both, I guess. I'm finishing my doctorate while working at an outpatient mental health facility. Interesting. Joey relaxed against the large dryer and appeared to continue to scrutinize Sabrina. It is. If I could lecture you on how our whole system of healthcare is failing because of the insufficient resources for mental health. But I'll spare you. Sabrina tucked back a strand of hair that escaped her hair tie once again. Listen, I could watch your laundry for you if you want. Give me your phone number and I'll text you when they're done. I can even toss them in the dryer for you. Joey chuckled. Smooth. Is that your tactic for obtaining phone numbers? You know, you didn't have to think up any pretense. I would gladly have given you my number. I wasn't really, that was not my, relax, Sabrina, I was teasing. Although, I would like to take you up on your offer. There are simply not enough hours in the day to accomplish everything. If I devote the next couple of hours to studying, that will allow me the necessary free time to take you out to dinner tonight. Sabrina blinked twice and stared at the woman clad in only her underwear. She wasn't sure if she'd heard correctly. Was this hot woman asking her out? You can say no if that's why you haven't answered yet, Joey frowned. It was the second time Sabrina had caught a glimpse of something other than the confident, aloof woman. Sabrina rushed to answer, not liking what she thought was disappointment plastered in Jody's chiseled features. No, that's not it. I was trying to work out in my head whether the dinner invitation was a date or not. Joey's face transformed and the tiny lopsided grin appeared. Perfect. Text me later, sexy Sabrina, and we can finalize the details. Digging into her duffel, Joey pulled out a fistful of coins and placed them into Sabrina's palm. She lightly stroked her wrist and looked directly into Sabrina's eyes. You are far too beautiful for my own self-preservation. If I manage to travel to the other side unscathed, it will be a miracle. Sabrina watched her walk away and had an irrational desire to remove the boy shorts clinging to her shapely rear end. She wanted to try them on, to see for herself if they were as comfortable as Joey claimed. The bonus would be seeing Joey without a stitch of clothing on. Of course, she'd have to remove the sports bra as well. Details. Tiny details for her full-blown fantasy. Okay, that's the first scene. So now I'm going to kind of look here. And for those of you who listened to the first scene, read very poorly because it was a rough draft. What are some holes besides she has to actually take off her clothes to be in her underwear part? And where do you think I should be going with this as it sits right now? Where would you like to see it go? I have written, there are 6 scenes written already, and I'll be reading the next scene tomorrow. And I did introduce another character named Maribel, who's just on the edge of being very, almost unraveled in her own, she's going to cause some problems, I think. And she is Joey's friend with benefits. Okay? So, dinner scene next. Oh, yeah, that's actually, I did write, that's number, dinner scene. No, that comes a little bit later, actually, because I have a POV who I have a Joey POV about her perspective on the meeting with Sabrina, and a little bit more, and then also introducing Maribel is scene 2, and then scene 3 is Sabrina meeting Maribel and them having a kind of a negative interaction, and then Sabrina kind of picks up on Maribel's just a little bit on the not so healthy mental health side of things. And then scene 4 so far that I have written is Sabrina sort of backing off and saying, maybe I don't want to get in the middle of your little affair with Maribel because she's just a bit too on the edge for me to get involved, and Joey convincing her to go. And then scene 5 is them going down to is them meeting up, and then scene 6 is dinner. So I kind of waited for dinner. I'm kind of setting up some more things before they actually get to dinner, and have a conversation at dinner that is a cross between something more serious of a conversation. You get some seriousness to Joey, a little bit more of her deeper thought processes, and then some playfulness. Okay. Gail says have them sleep together after dinner. Really? You think you don't want me to do a really slow burn? I was thinking a slow burn, but this is an unusual story for me to write because it's going to be a contemporary romance with really not a lot of like weirdness. You know, there's no people that can bring people to life in a dream or other stuff, and so I was thinking about a slow burn. The thing that I'm kind of worried about, and I want some perspective on, is that it almost feels like I'm heading down the sort of trope path of, you know, Joey being this piggish kind of person at first, but not really. She's got a lot of depth, blah, blah, blah. And I'm wondering, is that too tropish? Because, you know, it seems like every hot, androgynous, butch type woman with six-pack abs is completely that trope, but that's probably the one that'll sell. So, and that's kind of not what I do. I don't really do too much of the trope. But maybe I should. Hi, Elaine. You vote for the slow burn? Okay, so I've got a couple of slow burns, and only who was it that wanted them to have sex after dinner? I'm like, no. I'm not even sure I'm gonna let them kiss after dinner. What do you think about that? Let them kiss, let them get close, and then Sabrina puts the halt on it. Sabrina is definitely not the type to have a one-night stand or get in the middle of things. So what if it's, well, oh, you mean trope? The trope is okay, you think? That pug? I think Joey catches Sabrina trying on the boy shorts over the top of her own. Joey comes down. No, but I did write in that Joey sort of catches her almost sniffing the underwear. And there is a scene about she's counting how many. So Joey has like 26 pairs of underwear. And Sabrina's like, who has 26 pairs of underwear? I barely have 10. And I wear underwear on the weekends, kind of thing. But I do want to set up something later on where maybe she does her laundry again. Or here's the other thing I was thinking, and I was wondering if this would work too. Because I've got to set up who's going to be the panty thief. And I don't really know. And I might think about somehow one of the pairs of underwear that has the cover design on it goes missing. And so they're trying to figure, and so they try to figure out, and they figure out that Maribel maybe steals it. I was thinking I could go down that road, that Maribel steals it, and so they go to steal it back. There's that thought, or there's the thought that Sabrina does Joey's laundry again, and nicks a pair of boy shorts, but Joey may realize it, but doesn't say anything because she kind of likes the thought of Sabrina stealing her underwear. So I don't know. So you want Joey to be the panty thief? Okay, that's a twist. Now, how would I make Joey be the panty thief when really Sabrina is fixated on Joey's boy shorts? She desperately wants to try them on. I kind of like that idea of Sabrina trying them on over her clothes. That would be really funny. That's a good thought. Let her steal it. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too, secretly. Like the last idea. What last idea, CJ? That Joey steals the underwear, or that Sabrina steals the underwear, or that Sabrina is trying on the underwear over her clothes? I don't even know where to go after the dinner scene. So after the dinner scene is kind of the next scene that I'm supposed to write. Okay, so Maria, you're with Elaine what? That Joey's the, now I don't know if I can like see. Okay, so I'm looking at they have to talk about boy shorts. Oh, they do. They talk about boy shorts. I'm on the right path. Yes. Joey catches Sabrina trying on the boy shorts over the top of her own. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Sabrina steals that, Joey figures it out and likes it. Okay, yeah. That was where I was originally going with this. I was originally going with Sabrina being the panty thief. But Joey's got to somehow be her, really bring Sabrina out of her sort of stiffness and be a really bad influence on her. So how do I weave that in? Unless she encourages her to steal panties from somebody else. I don't know. Will they talk about the scale? Yes, they did. They did. So here's the very last scene that I've written. Let me read that to you. So they're talking about, if for those of you who know about Jahari's window, it's a really cool thing. They're getting into this really deep discussion about Jahari's window, and they're sort of ending that. And Joey says, let's see, who's Sabrina says, interesting. I suppose it's about acceptance, accepting that I cannot control everything, including the fact that some things don't have a neat and tidy answer. Accepting there is mysteries in the world is freeing, don't you think? I'll need to ponder that a little while longer. Wow, this conversation took a very heavy turn. Can we sneak in a bit of playfulness now? Okay, how old were you when you bought your first pair of boy shorts? Joey threw her head back and laughed. Obsessive much? I'm not the one with 26 pairs of underwear. I'm pretty sure I've never owned more than about 10 pairs. Oh, I have a lot more than 26 pairs. 13. 13? You have 13 more pairs? No, I was 13. I stole my dad's boxers and it turned out to be a gateway pair. Like a gateway drug. I never went back to boxers after buying my first pair of boy shorts. My turn to ask you a deeply personal question. Okay, do you only date women? Sabrina nodded. I know that's rather square of me, isn't it? I guess being pansexual is all the rage, but honestly, I'm just not interested in a penis. I'm not even that fond of dildos unless they vibrate or are particularly slim. When I was younger, a friend of mine and I went into this sex shop, and you know what? Joey chuckled. No, what? I can't even imagine what you're going to say. You are very surprising, sexy Sabrina. There was this vibrator with a vibrating jelly tongue. A tongue. Seriously, I'm not making this shit up. The clerk called it a clit kisser. Well, that was it for me. Sold. Although I briefly entertained the idea of purchasing the alternative, RoboLick. That one had multiple pink rotating tongues. Joey bent over laughing so hard she began taking deep breaths as she tried hard to respond. Stop, you're killing me here. Okay, that is the dinner talk that I wrote last night. And now I have to figure out, where do I go from here after that dinner talk? And like I said, I'm thinking slow burn is the way to go. So how do they end the evening? Ideas. Go. Oh, yes. How the hell would she know unless she's missing? Well, yeah, she would know because 6 of those pairs are like the under. I actually mentioned underwear with cover art on it. And of course, the cover art, from my covers, because I had to sneak that in there. So she would know if one of those pairs was missing, because that was really tempting for, it was really tempting for her to steal one with a cover on it, especially a cover that said captivated or free to love or some of those fun things that might be interesting on either your, crotch area or your behind. Oh my God, I'd love to visit a toy store with you. Yeah, Allie, we're gonna have to do that. The next time we get together, we're gonna have to go find ourselves a toy store, because I would totally have a great time. Yeah, she would definitely recognize that. Yeah, Robotongue. I did research on this, CJ. I swear to God, I wrote a blog called Good Vibrations, and these are real things here. There is really a thing called a RoboLick, and there is really a thing called a clit kisser. I'm serious. I wrote about it. Dear God, yeah, I am naughty. Yes, I am. But I'm naughty through my characters. In real life, I'm really not naughty. I'm more of a, can you tell I'm like really like, I'm blushing. Allie will tell you that. Oh my God, I can't even talk with Allie because we go down these roads and then I start getting all red. Anyway, so after the dinner, I don't know what to do now. Where do I go next? What do I do next? Gotta do your research. Yeah, I gotta do my research. So, she's like Joey's like super busy. She's medical school. She barely has time to do anything. So she probably has to go back to studying. So how do I end their evening and have them get together again? How do they develop a friendship? What is that sort of next kind of thing where they develop a friendship, and then Maribel, who is the nasty person, how does she get involved in that? Play doctor. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting idea. What do I do with that? Do the laundry for Joey. Yeah, she's got to do Joey's laundry again, but it's going to be too soon right after dinner. So should I have a week between? Should they run into the hall because they live on the same floor? Should they run into each other the next day at breakfast? I don't know. OBGYN major, not internal. I haven't decided what she's going to be. No, I don't think she's going to be an OB. I think she's going to be internal medicine or maybe cancer. have Joey take the book, Anatomy Studying. Yeah. I actually have to do some research on fourth-year medical students. I do know that the beginning part of their year, they concentrate on their step 2 exam. And then the latter part of their year, they do their clinical rotations. Urology, that's good. Okay, so I have probably wasted enough of everybody's time here. And I did promise that I would post this, because I'm completely silly, on my Facebook page and on YouTube. So tomorrow I'll read the next scene. I'll start reading some more scenes so you can get a feel for some more stuff. And post your ideas about where do I take them after dinner, because I need some help there. One of the books from the boy shorts. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yes, but you know, Joey's probably not going to have a whole lot of time to do reading in medical school. So, but that's interesting. I'll think about that. Okay, thank you, Facebook peeps. Tune in tomorrow for more help the struggling creative process writer work in progress. I do need to do some shout outs though. I want to mention, for those of you who don't know about Sheena's Lesbian Review Club site, she does podcasts, she does reviews, some really good things there. T.B. Markinson has her book that's coming out for free. I think it's going to be out for free August 8th through the 14th, so look for that. Barbara Winke's book just came out in audio, I believe. So shout out to her. And I'm gonna do some more shout outs to, because I wanna lift up lesbic writers, authors. There's not enough support for folks out there, and I want to make sure that y'all are supporting those great fellow authors. And peace out.